taking a nice deep breath, warming up my throat chakra, and also thanking the cards for being in our circle tonight, inviting in whatever messages we need to receive, knowing that this is just an alternative way to hear and see what we need to hear and see. We thank the tarot for being in our circle tonight. So I always start with a past card. I pulled the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So anytime we have pentacles, it's about fortune, money, abundance, luck. When we have the number 9, we're dealing with a sense of completion. You could think about 9 months in the womb, gestational period. It's a sense of working on something and it coming to success. So hard work paying off. However, we're reversed. Okay? So when we have the reversed Nine of Pentacles, this is about gaining fortune, money, abundance by doing work in a different way. And also the hard work hasn't paid off quite yet. Okay? So with this being pulled as the past card, I see this as a reminder for us to look back on the things that bring us joy, the things that bring us pleasure, the creative ventures that we like to do, the creative outlets that we use to emotionally express, the things we like to craft and build and mold and make and write and express in different ways. And maybe see if we can use some of that to earn a living or to bring in money or to bring in fortune and support. Maybe it's a gift that you have, some sort of psychic sense or some sort of keen ability to interpret astrological birth charts, something like that. But whatever it is, can you go into that creative mode right now and do work there instead of so much work in the external world? This is a time, it's the holiday season, so it's a time when people tend to take more time off work from their normal jobs. Can you use that time to work on your hobbies or interests, the things that bring you pleasure? And can maybe find different ways of doing those things so that you create more time and money freedom. This card is telling you that it's possible, but you have to do the work on it. You have to work on your dreams if you want to have that dream life. I have the itchiest nose tonight, guys. I'm sorry. If you're on video, you just see me like itching my nose like crazy. I'm not really sure why. I was always told that someone's coming to see you when you have an itchy nose. That's what my Nana always said. So maybe someone's coming to see me. I don't know. All right. For our present card, I have the 8 of Wands. So anytime we have wands, we're dealing with magic, alchemy, transformation, change. Anytime we have the number 8, we're dealing with a recycling of energy. What goes around comes around. Hello, Gemini moon, the mirror reflecting, right? And also seeing a little bit of the magic in that reflection, right? When we take time to really see ourselves in others, there's an emotional alchemy that takes place. We ignite our heart chakras. We start to find more love and compassion for people, more kindness for people. This is also a very magical time of the year. It's a time when we're giving more, when we're, working to give out from what we receive, to be charitable. It's also a time of travel. So going away and coming back again. And when we have the 8 of Wands, this is about ease of travel sometimes. Notice how there's this ribbon just kind of weaving in and out of all of those latticed wands. There may be a journey ahead of you underneath this moon. It might be an emotional journey, but it's going to be easy to do the work because Mars is retrograde and fully illuminated and behind this moon, encouraging you to go on that inner journey and do that inner work because you'll navigate it all with a little bit more ease than normal. Now, this also signifies actual ease of travel. So if you're traveling right now during the holiday season, it might be a little easier, but it comes from you envisioning that ease and believing in that ease and trusting in that ease. We do have Mars retrograde. Whenever Mars is retrograde, we tend to have more traffic accidents and issues on the road. There's been a couple of train derailments recently, and definitely been some accidents on the road. So be careful, be aware, pay attention. We're in a Gemini moon. You can be easily distracted. Let's pay attention. But if you envision your travels happening with ease, they should. Because these Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, this signifies that you create your reality. You co-create your reality, all right? So you receive whatever you reflect out and believe in. For our future card, we have the Six of Pentacles also in reverse. So we had 2 reverse cards tonight in Pentacles. So whenever we have 6, we have the number of community. We have, again, a little bit of magic coming into play. We have family and support. And when we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is saying, hey, you might want to support others with your finances, but don't expect to get it back, right? So again, being a philanthropist right now, being charitable, donating to your organizations, helping people out. Now, we do get a little bit of a kickback. Notice this is the sign of the scales. This is Libra energy, but this is the sign of the scales telling us that, hey, we get a little kickback in a different way. So whenever you donate to a nonprofit, you get a tax write-off, right? But also, this is about other ways that you may need to loan yourself out right now. Maybe you do need to physically loan somebody some money. Somebody comes to you and asks for a loan, okay? Maybe you're loaning your time, you're giving of your service. Maybe you're loaning your gifts. Maybe you're doing a little bit of giving away more than usual this time of year, okay? Just don't expect to see the return in the same way. So if you loan a friend $100, I'm sorry, you're probably never seeing the $100 again. But you know what you are going to see? Karma tenfold in a positive way. Because Sagittarius energy is playing in right now for the rest of this season, for the next couple of weeks. And Sagittarius energy is all about giving. It's the Santa Claus of the zodiac. And it doesn't ever want to give to itself, but Sagittarius people are surrounded by love and surrounded by support, and they're usually very successful, and they usually handle money with ease because money travels to and from them with ease, okay? So give of yourself, 100%. Give where you can. Give where you feel called. But just don't expect to receive back. We should always be giving without the expectation of receiving, right? We should just trust that that's what we should do, and the law of attraction will bring it back to us in a more positive way, in an exponential way. Now, the Six of Pentacles also represents a little bit of caution, okay? So be careful who you're loaning your money to. Be careful where you're giving your money to, okay? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to tell you a secret. In case you didn't know this, or in case you just never thought about it, okay? Because this is something that I used to do when I worked in retail, and I never thought about it. And I always did it after I worked in retail because I never thought about it. But recently, I had light come onto it, and I was like, oh, things that make you go, okay. How many places are you going right now where people are asking you to donate to things? Round up your change to donate to this organization from this grocery store. Round up your change at this pharmacy store to help us donate to this organization, right? American Diabetes Association, American Cancer Association, like Toys for Tots, whatever it is, okay? Salvation Army. Now, if you want to give, you give. You give, okay? But why not give yourself? Why are you giving through the channel of the grocery store or whatever, big box retail corporation, where they take all of those little quarters and dimes and nickels? It's like a gumball machine, okay? So they take all their little quarters and dimes and nickels from their gumball machine, and they take those thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions, and they do give to that organization, okay, whatever it is, and then they write it off on their taxes and they get a tax break. You can do the same thing. So let's say that it's for lymphoma. Okay, let's say that it's an organization for lymphoma and you're at the grocery store and they're like, oh, do you want to round up your change to the nearest dollar and give to lymphoma? Okay. You could say, no, I'm okay with that. Thank you. And you could take that amount, that 75 cents or 25 cents or whatever, or you just decide how much you actually want to give towards curing lymphoma. And you write a check to that nonprofit organization with that dollar amount. And then you write off that dollar amount on your taxes. Give out and get back in a different way. Okay? There's my secret. Okay? I also want to say that, on the topic of purity a little bit, because the 6 of Pentacles in reverse also represents you maybe getting taken advantage of. Maybe it's with your money. Maybe it's with your energy. Your energy is more valuable than anything when we're talking about value, right? A lot of times these bigger organizations, these bigger nonprofits, Susan G. Komen, American Cancer Association, there's American Diabetes Association, whatever it is, the big ones, okay? A lot of times that money that you're giving is just going to pay people that work there, like CEOs and bigwigs that are running the nonprofit. And a lot of times that money isn't going towards what you think it is, okay? So why not give to more local organizations, local charities, things where you can actually see your money going to work, okay? So for example, last month, my yoga studio donated to a local cause called Build a Bed Burlington. They're building beds for local families and kids in town that don't have beds to sleep in. And I've literally seen that money turned around and turned into beds and bedding for kids in this town. And I know it's going to that. And it's not paying some, random bigwig of some corporation with like 1 million volunteers. It's going towards a local cause. So think about it, right? 6 of Pentacles in reverse says, think about where you're giving money, time, energy, effort. Make sure that it's pure. Make sure it's with the right intention. And make sure that you're going to get a return in a good way, in a positive way, but don't have expectation. Does that make sense? Right? Start close to home. Yeah, I agree, Madeline. Start close to home. And if you're curious, this month, my yoga studio is giving to a local farm sanctuary. And we've already seen some of that money go to work. Actually, I was able to donate last month $100 that was matched on Giving Tuesday to make it $200. So there are a lot of great ways that you can give. And it doesn't have to be for a tax write-off, okay? Like my yoga studio, you could, talking about, I'm just going to say it. I'll be the elephant in the room, okay? So talking about being the mirror, the Gemini mirror, right? So I just told you that corporations and companies take your charitable roundup donations or whatever it is, and they give to give themselves a tax write-off. Yeah, everywhere that I've given with my yoga studio that is a nonprofit that has given me a receipt, I will 100% write off on my taxes. But I don't ask for a receipt. I gave to this nonprofit. I'm not asking for a receipt. If they mail me one, then I see that as the universe saying, here is your karma, write that off on your taxes. But I don't always give to nonprofits or 501(c)(3)s. I give to organizations that don't have their nonprofit yet on purpose because I don't want to expect a tax write-off or a kickback from it. I just want to give out of my heart. Okay? So think about where you're giving. Long story short, with Six of Pentacles, reverse.